everyone, today's video is going to be a Morrison's Christmas taste test. If you've not seen my last video, I did a haul showing you guys everything that I picked up with prices. In today's video, I'm going to be trying everything and letting you guys know my thoughts and what things I would recommend you guys picking up this Christmas. I've literally just finished filming that video and I feel like I can't wait any longer to try these donuts. So these are going to be the first thing that I'm going to try today. These are the gingerbread donuts. They're literally 50p for 5 donuts, which I feel like is such a bargain. They smell incredible and they happen to be accidentally vegan, so I'm going to give these a try. I feel like it's been a long time since I last had any sort of donut. I also have never had any sort of gingerbread donut before in my life, I don't think, so I have no idea what to expect. It's got a lot of powdered sugar on the outside. I will say I'm more of like a granulated sugar on a donut kind of person, but I feel like I can't really complain. It literally smells so good. I'm probably going to end up getting this stuff all over me, but that first bite had no filling in, so I will try again. That is actually incredible. That is so good. If you've not tried these, 100% you've got to try them. I think even like just for a donut in general. I don't know when the last time I would have had a Morrison's donut would be. The donut itself is like so good, so soft, and I bought these yesterday, so I feel like they're not even like in their prime donut state. I mean, they're not stale in any sense, but the filling is so good. It's kind of just like a flavoured custard, I guess, which is really good. It's not overpowering, it's not sickly. I feel like gingery flavours in general could be quite sickly, but they've nailed it. It's not too sweet, it's so good. I've literally demolished that in like 30 seconds. It was so good. It's times like these that I actually really appreciate living by myself, because I now have 4 donuts to get through, probably in like the next 2 days, because I don't think they'll probably keep much longer than that, so I'm not complaining. I'm probably gonna have another one of these in maybe like 10 minutes because they're literally so good. I would give that like a 9.5 out of 10. I feel like I can't give it a 10. I feel like I'm stingy with my 10s, but so good. I would definitely buy again. And 50p too for like 5 proper donuts. When you go to places in London and you get 1 donut for like 4 quid, and it's just insane. If you've not tried these, definitely recommend picking them up. I have just put all the food that needs cooking that I'm going to be trying today into the oven, so while it cooks I've got the crisps and the dips to try. It has not been that long since I had the donut, probably only like an hour or so. Normally when I film these videos I will film them across a whole day and I'll just film my normal day of eating, but with the products that I'm trying in it, if that makes sense. But today, 1, I'm feeling impatient and there's lots of things I just want to try, and 2, I'm not feeling too well. I'm feeling very tired and I feel like I could potentially be coming down with something, so touch wood that I'm not. But I kind of just want to get into bed and chill for the rest of the afternoon. It's only like 3:30, but I don't have like a huge appetite and I can't see myself kind of like having normal meals today, so it's just going to be a bit of a picky try everything sort of day, starting with the crisps and the dips, which I'm so excited to try. I mean, the crisps I'm assuming are just going to be standard salt and vinegar crisps, so I don't think they're going to be anything too exciting, but it's the dips that I'm excited to try. So I've got a basil mayo, onion and garlic, and red pepper and tomato. I guess it makes sense to start with the crisps to make sure they are just normal salt and vinegar crisps. I feel like I haven't had proper crisps like this in so long. I mean, as expected, they are just standard salt and vinegar crisps. There's not really anything special about them, but at least there's something that I can dip into these dips. Okay, so the first one I'm going to try is going to be the onion and garlic one. This is the one that I'm most excited for. I'm really hoping it gives me onion and chive dip vibes, the one that you get in all of the normal dip selections, so we will see. It definitely is similar. It's not quite the same. I mean, it doesn't have chives in, I'm pretty sure, so it doesn't have the same effect. I think if you added some chives, it definitely could be a good vegan replacement for that. It's not the same. I don't think it would ever be the same. I think it's got like soured cream in the normal one, and this one is not soured cream, it's more of like a mayo, but as like a vegan alternative it definitely works. Like this in like some fajitas would be really good, or even just like dip chips in would be great. Next up I'm going to try the basil mayo. I feel like it might be a little bit weird dipping a crisp into mayo, but I'm a big fan of mayo. I like crisps, so I'm not complaining. Again, that's really good. That tastes like when you get pesto pasta from a supermarket, like, you know, when you get pesto pasta in a meal deal. That is what the pesto tastes like, which I think is a different pesto taste to when you get jarred pesto. Don't know if that's just me and I'm like looking too far into things, but that definitely has like a different flavour to normal pesto, but it very much reminds me of like shop bought pesto pasta. if that makes any sense. And then the final dip that's left is the red pepper and tomato one. I'm assuming this is basically like a salsa. I feel like that could be my favourite one. I really like the flavour of that. I think all three of these dips are going to be really good as dips for the cheese and chili bites that I've got cooking at the moment. So I feel like I'm going to keep the dips out, and then when they're cooked, I feel like I'm going to have to try them with all three of these dips because they sound like the kind of thing that would definitely work with a dip. So I mean, I'm a big fan of this. I would buy this again. I think for £1.50 it's fairly reasonable. It's three like decent sized portions of different dips, and it saves you having to buy them individually, which I feel like is always a win. I'm not actually sure if Morrisons sell these as like individual pots, so I would have to check that, but if they do, I recommend them all individually too. I feel like they all tasted really good. I am back with the party food bits. I've got the duck spring rolls, the chili cheese bites, and then technically not party food, although I guess it could be, the pigs and blankets. These are what I'm most excited to try. They smell so good. Cooked an extra one of those because I feel like they're going to be my favourite, although I don't want to jinx it. So I think I'm going to start with the duck spring rolls just because I've tried these so many times now. I definitely feel like I know what to expect with them. These are definitely very similar to the Aldi ones, I think. There's not a huge amount of flavour going on, and the texture is so soft where it's just jackfruit. It just feels like a little bit mushy. I mean, I still think I would prefer these over the Aldi ones. For some reason I just wasn't a huge fan of them, but so far I just feel like the M&S ones are so much better than the other ones I've tried, so I think that makes my judgment of all the other ones that I'm going to try much harsher. But yeah, these are definitely more similar to the Aldi ones, I think, out of all the ones I've tried. I mean, they're not bad. I would definitely enjoy all of them. I just don't think they've got like a huge amount of flavour. Next, I'm going to try one of the chili cheese bites. These definitely exploded a little in the oven. I could hear something bubbling and I was like, what on earth has happened? But it's just the cheese that's leaked out. Again, these smell very good, so I'm excited to try these. I've not tried anything similar before that's been vegan. I've tried like the non-vegan version of these, so I'll have to see how they compare. That is what they look like on the inside. There's definitely a little bit of heat going on. For me, this is like the perfect level. The cheese flavour is good. I feel like it's got somewhat of a vegan cheese taste, but because you've got like the outside coating and the chili in there as well, I feel like it's not very overpowering. I think you could definitely give this to a non-vegan and they would be fine eating it. I'm not sure if it's identical to a non-vegan one, but as like a thing in its own right, I'm a huge fan of this. The cheese consistency in those as well is really good. It's definitely better than a lot of like the vegan mozzarella sticks I've tried. It's a very different texture. It's more of like a soft liquid cheese, I guess, rather than like a chewy or stringy cheese, which I think works really well for what it's used in. I'm actually far more impressed with these than I expected to be. I feel like I would give these like a solid 9 out of 10. Then finally, got the pigs and blankets to try. This is what they look like. I will say the bacon smell on this is very strong, so I'm excited to try it. They're a little bit overcooked on the bottom. You can cook these in a frying pan or the oven. I figured as I was just bunging a bunch of stuff in the oven anyway, I would put them in there too. I feel like they could potentially work better fried, just because I think you would avoid having this like crunchy bottom. Taste wise, I can't actually taste the bacon as much as I expected to. I might try it separately. I feel bad, I've removed the blanket from the pig. It's definitely more of a subtle flavour than I was expecting it to from the smell. Definitely has a flavour. It tastes really good. It tastes similar to other vegan bacons I've had. I think somewhat similar to the This Is Bacon taste. I have no idea what real bacon tastes like. I assume it's not like that. But if you eat bacon, or if you've eaten bacon recently and you've tried these, let me know what you think. If you think it tastes realistic. It's got more of like a smoky bacon taste, like the taste of Bacon Rashers crisps, which I don't think actually tastes like bacon. But again, I feel like I'm not one to judge bacon because I have no idea. The sausage as well is really good. It's like a very herby sausage. I think it's very similar to the other kind of supermarket owned sausages I've tried, like the Sainsbury's ones. I think Asda have just introduced one similar as well. Definitely like a very herby taste. I think from what I can remember of the Sainsbury's ones that I tried last year, they taste very similar. I'm not sure how they compare price wise. I would assume they're kind of in the same price range, so it probably just depends on what supermarket you shop at, but I would definitely get these again. I'd probably give them maybe like an 8 out of 10. I love that it's literally got pitch black outside in like the 15-20 minutes that it was taking for this tart to finish cooking. But I'm now back. I've got the final thing that I'm going to be trying in today's video. This is the layered vegetable tart. It's got beetroot in there, there's butternut squash, and then it's topped as well with some nuts and seeds. This is what it looks like up close. I mean, it definitely looks appetizing. It might be a little bit beige. I think if I was serving this to someone, I would put like a dollop of chutney or something on the top, spice it up a little bit, but it definitely smells good. Looks like I overcooked it once again, which I feel like is a running theme throughout these videos. I do follow the cooking instructions, but I think maybe my oven just must be a little bit hotter, and I should have learned by now and just cooked things a little bit less. but it looks a little bit dark on one side, so I'll try the side that definitely looks less burnt. Looks a little bit of a mess, but this is what the inside looks like. There are definitely some sort of layers going on. I feel like the way I've cut it has just merged it into one big mess, but it will still taste the same, so I will give it a try. I feel like beetroot was potentially a bit of a rogue choice. I feel like beetroot is one of those vegetables that not everyone loves, me being one of those people. I'm so not fussy when it comes to food now, like really I'll eat anything if it's vegan. Beetroot and olives are the two foods where I'm still like not completely convinced. I'll still eat them and sometimes enjoy them, but they're like a little bit hit or miss for me, so I feel like beetroot was potentially a rogue choice, especially because it's got quite an overpowering flavour as well. Like it's got that really earthy taste that I feel like you can't really balance with anything else, so that's definitely what I'm tasting in this. So far all I've really tasted is beetroot. Yeah, there's definitely some other flavours in there, but the beetroot one is so overpowering that is pretty much all I can taste. I've just taken a little bit of stuff from the top that I don't think has any beetroot in, or it might have just a little bit, to see what that tastes like. I'm a big fan of that top filling. It's such a shame about the beetroot. I mean, I know it's my own fault because I saw it had beetroot in when I bought it, and I knew I didn't really like beetroot, but I didn't realise it would be quite so much in here. When I try the topping without the beetroot, like the butternut squash, and I think it might be spinach, that tastes really good, especially with like the crumble topping and the pastry. If the whole tart was that, I would probably give it like a 9 out of 10, but because there's like literally so much beetroot in here, it's probably more of like a 5. I think I would be able to scrape off the beetroot, but it's not really ideal. It's just, yeah, really overpowering. And that is going to be the last thing that I'm trying in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which other supermarkets you want me to try their Christmas ranges from, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.